Welcome to the Beyond the Vines podcast, where I interview local business owners in Sonoma County to highlight small business and grow our community. I'm your host, Amy Ehlers, a mom, realtor, and Sonoma County native, and I'm excited to connect you to some amazing people in this beautiful area that we call home. Hi, welcome back to the Beyond the Vines podcast. Thank you again for listening. If you've been enjoying these episodes, I would love for you to hit like and subscribe so that you get notified when new ones come out. I am here today with a very good friend, Amy McGovern of Bella Charcuterie. We are here with her to learn a little bit more about this business that has really kind of started as a side hustle and completely taken over for a good reason. She's very talented. Amy is a Petaluma resident who has lived here and raised her son here for 16 years. She launched her business, Bella Charcuterie, last August and is excited to share with you her passion for creating charcuterie, which if no one knows what that is, which I think everybody does at this point, it's a fancy cheese board, right?
Yes.
Is that how you would word it?
Absolutely.
We have charcuterie nights on Wednesdays at our house, which is tonight.
Yeah.
And so that to me, we don't have either sets of our kids on Wednesday nights. So we just put together like a snack board and we pour some wine and veg out. So to me, this is my total love language, hearing about your boards and seeing your boards.
That. Oh my gosh.
So can you tell us a little bit about the story behind why you started Bella Charcuterie?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me here today.
Oh, I'm so happy to.
I'm like so grateful for you. So it's so funny because you can write out things and say, okay, this is what started it. And I really don't have a great answer.
Right.
I didn't say to myself one day, I'm going to start myself a charcuterie business. This is what I'm going to do. I think for me, I just literally started making them whenever I had a friend or a family member say, hey, can you bring over an appetizer?
Oh.
Can you put something together for me? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And so I found myself just kind of starting making charcuterie. Mm-hmm. And then it started with, so I spent a lot of time volunteering for my son's school, Casa Grande High School. And I became part of the board.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I was doing foundation meetings, and I would host them. And I found myself like kind of making them, because it's like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. I don't know if people have eaten, and you want to host and have people over at your house.
You are, I've been to your home, but you are hostess with Moses. So this is like the perfect fit for you.
You're so sweet. I try. I really try.
You nail it.
Please.
You nail it. Yes.
But so I started doing that. And then I just started to be like, gosh, I really enjoy doing this. And I'll give you a little bit of background. So when I was younger, growing up, my grandparents took me and my brother a lot. And I would always, as you're a child, you always observe things. Mm-hmm. And I would always observe my grandmother and great aunt, always in the kitchen, cutting up fruit, cutting up cheese, whatever the occasion was. And so I kind of really feel like I might have just took how many years for me to get here.
Yeah.
But I think just doing that, but there was this easiness, this gracefulness about it and very calming. And so I found myself kind of that way in a sense. And so it really just took a couple of people that said, hey, have you ever thought about selling these?
How funny.
And and so I just started doing research about it. And then I started thinking, you start looking at social media and people have these side hustles.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, gosh, that would be awesome if I could have a little side hustle.
For sure.
Yeah. Single mom. I got my son,
who's going to college. That's not cheap.
I know. Exactly. And so anyways, I started actually following this girl named, it's Boards by Mo.
Oh, I might follow her.
Yeah, she's got an amazing story. And her story I could relate to. Yeah. Which is she has a full-time career, or did, I should say.
Oh.
And it was in marketing, just like I do.
Wow.
And so she didn't know what she was doing, kind of like how I was when I started. I still want to say I kind of don't know what I'm doing either. I learn every day.
You pull it off real well.
I feel like I learn a lot of things, which is a good thing, right? Being uncomfortable is growth, right? And so anyways, I just started looking into everything, and it just started to grow, and I started my own business, and I opened up my own LLC.
Nice.
And got all my permits and my insurance and all the wonderful things you have to do, business license.
Yes.
And it's just truly kind of my passion now.
That is amazing.
I know. Like, who would have
Well,
thought?
in your backstory, too, like, to think back to your childhood and, like, reflect back on maybe that's where this, I'm sure it's where this is coming from.
Well, I think I've done a lot of self-growth over the years.
Yes.
And really looking into, like, my life and how that's evolved. And, and, you know, when you start to heal and you start to look at things, and then I am so incredibly close to my grandmother today.
I
She'll
love
be
that.
91 next month.
Oh,
I know.
amazing.
And I have her here. She's literally like 3 blocks from me.
That's incredible.
I know.
Yeah.
And so being able to kind of even share that with her too is kind of cool.
Do you bring her charcuterie boards? Or is she like...
No, I just show her pictures.
Perfect.
Because she just is like, let me just see what you got.
I was going to say, she'd take over.
She's pretty feisty.
I can relate. I have a 97-year-old noni, and she is definitely feisty. And I don't know that I could make her food because she's got her way.
Oh, yeah. No, and it's true. She would critique her. You know, but no, everything she thinks it looks beautiful, which is really nice. And that's kind of where I got the name.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yes.
And so I thought, oh my God, what a great name. And I'm not saying that I just came up with it overnight. I didn't.
Right.
I kind of researched. I kind of looked at what other people were doing. And I kind of wanted just to do something different and for myself and something that meant something.
I love that.
So, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize this whole backstory. It's awesome. And again, like everybody looks at the pretty Instagrammable pictures of what you do and everything, but there's a whole huge business side behind that with the LLC and all of that. So so it's a tough balance, and I always want to point that out so people recognize that. Even if it's a side hustle, it's a real hustle.
Honestly, it really is.
It really is. That's amazing. So your boards are known for being so beautiful and customizable. Can you kind of walk us through the process of creating them?
Yeah. So I kind of live by, I call it the 4-3. So the 4 3s are 3 meats, 3 cheeses, 3 kind of starches, and then 3 just kind of options.
Oh, I love this. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have what's called like a smaller board, and then I have a medium board, and then I have a large. And my small, that's kind of where I like to start at, is the 4 3s. When I do the medium size, that one, you get more. You get more cheese. Yeah. You know.
I'm not going to complain about that. I just ordered a medium from you. I'll take some more cheese.
I know. I'm so excited to make your board. Honestly.
My family is excited to eat it.
Oh, good. I know. Everybody's always like, can I know what you're going to put on it? I'm like,
totally.
No. Unless you have a special request.
Right.
Then yes, I will make that happen.
Right.
So I kind of just, honestly, I like to see what's in season. I think that's really important. I also like to do, so I'm customizable. So if it's somebody's birthday, I may put like a little happy birthday sign in it.
I love that.
If it's like a wedding anniversary, if it's a birthday, I mean, anything really in particular, I could write in cheese letters.
I was going to say, I've ordered Go Niners from you.
I know. Those
for the
were my
Super Bowl.
favorite.
That was cutest board.
Oh, thank you.
It got eaten.
I know. Well, that's my whole thing. I'm like, I want it to look really good, but I also want it to be good.
Yeah.
Like, I want people to be like, oh, this is actually not only pretty, but it's really good.
Delicious.
Yeah. So I do anything from that. So I start off with my board. I like to do everything that's bigger, and then I work around it. So I might put the grapes out first, and then I do my salami roses.
Yes, those are like a signature for you, right?
Yeah. I think they're so pretty.
Yeah, they are. They're really pretty.
I do salami rivers, which is just like the salami that goes all the way. And that's usually typical. I'll do that if I'm going to write something, the cheese letters.
Got it. So it's like a background for it.
And then I'll do like little bowls that you can put like nuts in and olives in. But
you're making me really hungry right now.
Did everybody eat?
Funny.
So I mean, that's kind of my process. I will say this, I never want to create the same product ever.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Every time I make one, it's going to be different.
And a little special in that way.
Yeah. And I never look at it and I'm like, oh, this is what I'm going to do today.
Wow.
It just
kind of pours out.
Yeah.
Well, and that's probably going back to your moment with your family, like as a child, because for them, it sounds like it was like a calming, fun,
it was
relaxing, feeding, nourishing experience. And that's probably where you go back to.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And I think it was just the time the time, because it is very time consuming. I'm not going to sit here
for
and
sure.
tell you like, oh, I just whipped this together for you.
Right.
Because it's not.
Especially when you have multiple boards in a day, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just did, last weekend, I did 8.
Oh my gosh. I saw your one and that Picnic Potential posted. That was beautiful.
I did 3.
She's a great person to partner with.
Oh,
she's
my
amazing.
gosh. I cannot wait to talk about her.
Yes.
Like,
she was on here. I don't know if you knew that. She was on the podcast. Yeah, she's amazing.
No, I listened to that whole thing. And
so talented.
She's been like a godsend to me, honestly.
She is so talented. We're talking about Allison, by the way, anyone who didn't hear that episode.
Potential. If you don't know, you know now.
If you don't know, you know. Yeah, she's incredible.
No, she's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for her. Big time.
You have other products too, though, right? Like, do you have any like mini cups? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, okay.
I do. So I don't just have like the 3 main boards, but those are my mains. I like to do individual grazing boxes.
That's the word, grazing boxes.
And then I do cups.
Cute.
Individual cups.
I love that.
The grazing boxes are fun. I've actually had a lot of people recently wanting them for a wine tasting, which is like so... To me, it's so great to have instead of having everyone brings their snacks, opens up everything. It gets
puts
all
her
kind
hands
of
all
messy.
in,
Yeah.
and you're like, by the end of the wine tasting.
That? Yeah, exactly.
Gets a little wild.
Right? Yeah. So the individuals are great. Even the cups are really great.
Cool.
At corporate events, I've had a corporate one that recently ordered a bunch, which was awesome. I also do letters and numbers.
What do you mean?
So,
yes,
so like
I've seen
the letter
this.
R, so they're just fillable charcuterie boxes.
Cute.
Yeah, and I love doing those. I actually just did one.
That's so cool.
For a birthday.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
That'd be cute too for like a new baby, like if you're bringing mom and dad food to do like the first initial of their name or something like that.
Like
that'd be cool.
So I got an order recently and it was a housewarming. And they wanted like the letter R for their last name.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
So I do that.
I'm going to have to remember that for housewarming gift.
Yes, please.
Clients, would you like me to bring you a bunch of cheese? I'm going to say they're probably going to say yes.
Who would say no? Who would say no?
Yeah.
And then my biggest, I shouldn't say it's my challenge. It's like really, I love doing them, is my grazing tables.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
And those are a work of art.
Yeah.
They really
are.
It's a
That's
lot
a
of
huge
work,
challenge.
huge preparation. Yeah. We're talking countless hours. But when I lay it all out and it's there, it's like, I'm so excited.
That's
and I'm
so
so
cool.
happy, like to see people's faces.
When they walk in and see that. What would be a good example for that? Like Thanksgiving or a wedding or what do you think?
Definitely weddings.
Yeah.
Rehearsal dinners.
Yeah, there you go.
Even weddings, I've had a couple of people reach out to me and say, I have a lot, I mean, it's going to be completely catered, but I would just love to just have it there. If people like want a little snack
especially
afterwards,
late night snack. Yeah.
People are drinking and they're like, I just want a little something.
Yep.
So that's been really great. I have an upcoming one I'm so excited about. And it's also awesome too, just to get to know people.
Yeah.
And kind of create those relationships.
Yeah.
I think it's, and I feel like I'm pretty accommodating.
Cool.
You know? Like,
so if somebody needs
tell me what your
more
vision
custom.
is, or tell me before. So I basically launched my business last September.
Amazing.
So
that's not that long ago.
A year. I know. So I'm still learning.
We are in May. That's impressive. Yeah.
So I'm still learning like what I'm doing. But,
incredible.
So I was like, okay, I'm just going to try to figure this out for you. But I like to ask more questions instead of just saying, here's my prices. This is what I do.
Right.
I'm more like, hey, tell me about your day. Tell me about what your needs are, what you like. And then included in your grazing table is going to be greenery. It's going to be setup. It's going to be takedown.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got to get you partnered up with some wineries too, because I feel like that would be incredible for wine club events. I'm going to work on that for you.
Aww.
I'm on it.
You're so sweet. I've tried to kind of get into the winery part, but it's really, what's the word I want to say? It's
a tough nut to crack.
Yeah. There's a lot of people already. There's so much competition.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I have looked at all of the other companies that are like myself, and I am like, in awe.
The thing is, though, everybody gets so booked up, you included. So I feel like the more the merrier.
I know.
You know?
And I do have help. I do have someone that helps me.
Great. Okay, good.
And when she's not available, then I pay my best friend's daughter.
I thought you were going to say your son, but that's great, too.
No.
No, that might not be the right.
No.
You're going to have to brush your hair before you go on site.
I know, right? Just clean up a little bit. I don't know.
Can we wear some clothes?
Yeah, exactly. Can you talk to the people?
Say hello. Eye contact.
Yeah, exactly. Who you are. No.
That's so that age. Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's such a grown-up age.
It is. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure. That's amazing. So Sonoma County is famous for its local produce. How do you select your ingredients? Are there any things that you source locally?
Yeah. So we're so fortunate, as you know, to be in this area. There's so many local products, but ones off the top of my head is Marin Cheese Co.
Oh, yeah.
Love
Delicious.
them. Their brie cheese.
Yes.
My fave.
Beautiful place, too.
McAvoy Ranch for their jam. Their
We
fig
should
jams.
go. So I love their fig jam. We should just go, you and I, and just do like an olive oil tasting.
Anytime.
Because that place is beautiful. I can sit there all day.
Same. I got you.
That
Let's
place.
go.
We should have them on the podcast too.
should.
Yeah. They're
Absolutely.
amazing. So yeah.
No, I'm a huge fan of their stuff. Sonoma cheese is amazing. Point Reyes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Point Reyes cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Tamales.
Yeah.
Nicasio Valley.
Amazing.
I mean, there's so many, and so starting like relationships, that's where I'm kind of starting to get into, is starting kind of a collaboration, trying to get in there because I want to be able to, help them too.
Yep.
Not that they need it.
Right. But still,
being
no,
able
absolutely.
to post their product
Yes.
and
Tag
tag it
them.
and doing all the things
Yep.
for marketing purposes.
Yep.
I think it's important.
Yep.
And people love it.
Yeah.
They're like, what's this cheese?
Yes.
Or they'll text me after and go, oh my gosh, what is this?
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
And where do I get it?
Yes. I love that.
Yeah.
I just did a cheese tasting at Barber Cellars with a friend last week, and I was just like, there were a couple cheeses that were just insane.
And those cheeses, I feel, are so rare.
Yes.
to
I was
get.
like, what am I eating? They had a whole
Yeah.
menu card and everything. It was kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Like,
Don't
I
do that for yours,
haven't-
though. Yours is that's the key for you is
like,
to
I
not know what you're
haven't-
eating.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
gotten to the point, like, I absolutely love wine and cheese.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Clearly. But I would not know how to pair it. Like,
Right.
I'm not that
Right.
person.
No, you like, well, you're more like about get-togethers with friends and like that sort of way, and not,
Yes.
I love that.
We're going to have fun and we're going to eat
Yes.
and have a good time.
Yes, and it's going to taste good
Yeah.
because it's wine and it's cheese.
I mean,
Yeah.
can't go wrong there.
Can't really go wrong. It may pair better with something else, but this is still real good.
This is pretty amazing.
I love that.
Yeah.
So can you outline like the ways people can order from you? Like we talked about the different options that you have. Like let's say somebody wanted to go place an order with you. How do they do that? How do they book an event?
So I typically have people that will go to my website and they will send me an email. Well, basically it'll say contact me here, and then you can
perfect.
send in your information to me, and it has like the different categories.
I love that.
And so
then
then
don't text you like I did and be like, this is what I need.
You know what's so funny? I love it when people text me.
Okay, good.
Yes, or call me. So either way is
Good,
text me, call me.
Okay.
Even on Instagram, people
Got
DM
it.
me.
Okay,
and
good.
I'm always, and then email. So I'm always like going to all of them, making
check all your
sure that
spots.
I'm not missing anything.
And your spam folder too. Check that if you're not
Yes.
checking.
Oh my
That's a big
gosh,
thing for
did
me. I have
that.
to check it all the time.
I did that once because Allison sent me something.
Oh no, and
it
you didn't
was-
get it? Yep.
No.
Those
and I
spam
was
folders.
Like, oh my, right?
Yes, yes.
I'm like, oh. So, so that's like the best way to get in touch with me, honestly. And I'm pretty good about my response time. And I learned this, so I'm going to tell you. I did a fundraiser for a school here in town recently, and it was for a grazing table.
Beautiful.
And I asked her, because I always like to ask people, like, oh, how did you get my contact information, or how did you find me, or did you hear about me? And she said, honestly, I just Googled charcuterie in Petaluma, and you, and there was 2 others. And she goes, you were the first one to respond back to me.
Yes. I mean, it's huge, especially in
was
real
like,
estate.
oh
like
my
that's everything.
gosh.
Yeah.
And I know that in my own.
Totally, but it's
career, but-
reaffirming it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Because
So
then,
it's like, oh, that's great
once you've
feedback.
made that reach back, you're already like making that connection and that personality connection. Yeah.
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 So I was like, oh, good to know.
Wow. Okay. So that's definitely a good tip for everybody.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, I love that. So we kind of touched a little bit on it, but social media plays a significant role in your business and in businesses like yours. How have platforms like Instagram help you grow your business? And do you have any tips for anyone looking to leverage social media in that way?
I would say this. I think there's been a couple of things that have really helped me on social media. First of all, putting my website together.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I really didn't know what I was doing.
It looks beautiful.
I did not know. Thank you.
Yeah.
I really didn't know. I did so much research. So before I even launched my business, I did a lot of work, and I wouldn't say 6 months into it before I launched. And I just wanted to make sure. And I think also when you have something for yourself and you're not working for somebody else, you overthink everything and you want it to be perfect.
Yeah.
So, I did. So the website has been huge for me. Google search has been huge.
Have people been leaving reviews? That's so key.
That's kind of the thing I have
please,
to do.
if you have used her, leave her a good 5-star.
I mean, I have testimonials, which is awesome on my website.
Great.
But I do need to do the Google reviews.
Yeah.
That needs to be happening on there.
It's so key for any business. And I have to remind myself of that because it's like, I love when I get a Google review, right? I love it. It makes me so happy. But then I need to remember to do it for everybody else. I know.
It's like it feels good for you, but you want to make someone else
totally.
feel good too. And you're doing a great job, and I appreciate you.
You know what we should do? We should do a challenge for us and anyone listening. Pick one business a day that you love and write them a Google review and give them 5 stars if you love them. That. And if you don't love them, maybe just call them and let them know. Maybe don't mess with those ratings. But I think that should be a challenge we should start. Let's push this out there.
I think that's amazing.
Yeah, it's so key. With your photos are so beautiful. Are you taking the photos? Is a photographer taking the photos? Who is doing this?
So I am taking the photos.
Wow, nice.
And I will say this. So I think you had asked me about any advice for people that are going to start their own business or something like mine. Do not overthink it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Don't get stuck in that.
Yes. Yeah. Or you overthink, like I was overthinking a couple of my posts in the beginning. I'm like, honestly, nobody cares.
Yep.
And I thought about it as, you know what? Yes, your product needs to look amazing, but it's not even about that. It's about your service, and it's about how good it is.
Yes, I agree with you.
You know? And I mean, I've seen people put stuff out, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That doesn't even look good. And people are loving it and liking it. And I'm like, well, maybe it's just because the product is so great and the person is.
I was going to say, and then connected with the person.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Like, I try to be different. Everyone says you have to be different or you have to find your niche. And I kept trying to search for that. Like, what can I do different? What can I still have time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I feel like I like to give such a variety on my boards. I am really big about more variety because everyone else has, whether they like to admit it or not, they're picky. Right? They may be like, I don't really like that cheese or that cracker. Oh, that's another thing. I don't put crackers on my board.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. And you don't. You're right. Okay, what do you do instead of a cracker?
So,
and why don't you put crackers?
So I feel like if you're paying for food, it should be really on the board.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think I give more of a variety of things.
Yeah.
I always do crackers on the side.
Ah.
And they don't get like
mushy.
Yeah, I feel like they get
moist.
A little bit funky.
Oh, it's a horrible word.
I was going to say, did you say that word?
I did.
Amy?
I said the word. Are we going to have to edit that out? It's everyone's least favorite word.
Oh my gosh. I like run the other way now.
Okay, so we don't like the M word crackers.
Yes. No. And I will, as of right now, I use Rustic Bakery.
Yeah. Oh, delicious.
They're my favorite.
Oh, delicious.
They're my favorite cracker by far. And even I do cookies sometimes by them.
Oh, yum. I have had some of their cookies. They're like, I think I've had like a thinner like Meyer lemon cookie from them.
Those are them.
Oh, yeah.
And then during Christmas time, there was these stars and they're like a cinnamon sugar one.
I think I did have those too.
Those are really good. Yeah.
Oh.
So, and it's a local company, which is where I like to, give back and, support small, even though they're not small. They're huge.
They're huge, but they're local.
They are,
that's amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the way I like it to be.
Wow.
But yeah, I think that's kind of what my advice would be, honestly, is to not overthink it. And honestly, saying to yourself, which is so hard to say, like, I'm good enough.
Right. Because everyone has imposter syndrome.
100%.
Yeah. So you can't let it hold you back.
Yeah. Or like you can just pick yourself apart, or you can ask. I feel like in my past, I used to ask everybody's opinion and everybody's advice.
Right.
And now I'm like, no, Amy, this is about
your business.
you and what you know what I mean? I mean, yes, I will run things by certain people for sure, but I'm not like sold on it. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, thank you for your opinion.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But yeah.
That's great information. Yeah. No, I love those tips. I love those. And it is always like such a good social media reminder, because I heard that similar advice recently, and I was like, oh, it's so true. You know, we overthink these posts and what we're putting out there, and it's like people like them, and then 30 seconds later they're already forgotten. But in our minds, they're there forever. No. And it's true, because when I look at other people's things, I'm like, that's beautiful. Scroll to the next. That's beautiful. Scroll to the next. Let's, you know, and it's true. We we put a little too much, whereas it's probably just better to get it out there and share it with everybody. And yeah, that's amazing.
No, it's so true. And
so
you would know.
Yeah.
You have the best social media.
Thank you. I'm really trying to up my game.
No, you really do. I like look at it. I'm like, oh my gosh, because you're always looking for something to do better or just different.
Yeah. Well, and I'm trying to.
I shouldn't say better.
Yeah. No, for sure. No, for sure. Better. I try to let my personality come across in it, because
it does.
I think. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that, because I think that there are so many incredible agents in this area, and it's honestly a lot of the times it comes down to who your personality meshes with the most. So I want to let people know who I am, so that if we're a good fit, they know where to find me.
Yeah, no, it's so true, and it's like I feel like you are kind of everywhere.
Thank you.
So and that's what you want, top of mind.
Yeah, top of mind. That's true. Oh, I love hearing that. Thank you for that feedback.
Yeah.
Okay, we can't keep talking about me. We got to talk about you.
Just saying, Amy. Love your
name. The Amy's. So what do you love most about the work that you do?
Wow, that's such a great question. I love seeing the final product.
Yeah.
And I love it when I get to give it to my customer and they are super happy about it. And then I get like a text message or I get a phone call, or it's just, it's to me so gratifying, you know.
For sure.
I had a recent order, and it was this mom and her daughter and husband and grandkids just moved, and they were moving into a house, and she kept kind of saying like, I want this, but I also want like my grandkids to have like something on it.
Yes, good point.
And I felt like I didn't want to do one that had a bunch of candy and like stuff, and I just felt like so I made them their own.
Oh my gosh, that's really cute.
Yeah, I made their own.
Like a kid's board or individual little boards. Oh my gosh.
So I did one for them, for the mom and the dad, and then I did a heart. And it was for the boys.
Oh, I love
and
that.
And she told me like kind of a little bit of their favorites, and I put those on there, and I literally went, because typically I don't really deliver. I have my mom do it.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just get lucky with like having
no, my mom is like amazing. She delivers
oh my gosh, I need to meet her.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh, you will.
Yeah. Maybe this weekend.
Yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, so I went to go drop it off, and not kidding you, the moving van was there.
Oh man.
And I was like, with these boards, I'm like, where's so-and-so, you know?
Do they have a table yet?
Yeah, and they're like, just go on in the house. And I'm like, okay. So I walked in, and the husband was there, and he was like, oh my gosh. He's like, this is from my mother-in-law, huh?
That's
like, yes,
so
it is.
sweet. And she knew what the kids' favorites were and everything too. That's like so special.
And he was like, we have no food right now.
Yep.
We have none.
Yep.
He's like, I'm so grateful. And the kids were like jumping up and down.
That is so cool.
And I was like, oh my God. So that's a good feeling.
Yeah.
Right?
That's incredible feeling. Well, and you went above and beyond, right? Like I'm reading Unreasonable Hospitality right now. I don't know if you've read that. If you haven't, that is such a good book for you. But you went above and beyond. You could have just put like a couple little things on the board.
Right.
But you made it personal, and you like made that connection to make it more special and memorable.
And so she like sent me 2 email messages after and was just like, oh my gosh, like I'm so grateful for you. They're so happy, blah, blah, blah. Like, it was very nice.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes it worthwhile, especially when you're doing 8 deliveries in a day and you're exhausted. It's nice to be like, appreciated. That's
No,
amazing.
no, definitely.
Amazing. So what are 3 fun facts about you personally? Everybody's favorite question on the Beyond the Vines podcast.
So this is like such a hard one.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, what would people not know about me? I mean, obviously my close friends would know this, but so this kind of goes hand in hand, but Parmesan cheese is by far my favorite cheese.
Interesting. I mean, it's delicious. I put it on many things.
Oh, yeah. And
Is that why? Because it's so versatile?
No, I just have always loved Parmesan cheese. And
could you just eat it? Like
I could literally take it and just eat it.
All right.
Yeah. And there's so many different types of Parmesan cheese, which I never knew
See, I
until
don't know
started
that.
this business.
No.
Some are more nuttier than others. Some have a different consistency.
Okay.
The longer age, the harder it is. I mean, there's just certain things about it.
Right.
But I feel like it pairs with everything.
Yeah. No, you're right about that. You're right.
So, and I can't get enough of Parmesan cheese.
I don't. You know what? When you said it, I actually flashed back. When the kids were little, I did used to just give them like little handfuls, like in their little bento box, lunch boxes of Parmesan cheese. I don't know why I stopped doing that because they would probably still love it.
They totally would.
Yeah.
I would.
How funny.
I would think so.
Yeah. I'm sure they would.
Yeah.
Wow, that's funny.
Another one. I think that I'm the world's best speller.
Are you? Because I think I'm pretty good too. So I feel like we need an Amy competition.
Spelling bee.
Amy versus Amy.
The Amy's. Oh my God. The spelling bee. No, I feel like I've always been that way.
That's awesome.
Everybody at my work is always like, all right, how do I spell this? And how do I don't know. I've just always been obsessed.
Amazing.
Like, spell this word. And I'm like, blah. And
Are you a speed reader too?
Kind of, yeah.
Because I am, and I wonder if they go hand in hand.
Hard to retain things, though.
Well, those don't always go hand in hand, actually remembering what you're reading. I can fly through something and people are like, can you please read? I'm like, oh, no, I already did.
Like, I'm done with that.
I really did. I promise you I read it.
I know. Oh my God. I didn't know
So
that you
I
share
bet
that same thing.
it could be with our name. It could be that people named Amy are speed readers that are really good at spelling bees.
Yeah.
It could be.
And we like cheese and wine.
This is very true. We have a lot in common. We like to work out. We have a lot. We have
love
similar
to work
life
out.
stories.
Oh,
We have a lot in common.
Oh, yeah, we do.
We do.
My gosh,
we do.
girl. We could be here all day. How much time do we have?
I know. Sean's probably like, not much longer. No.
Like, can you guys hurry up? I got to go.
Totally. What's your third?
I am a huge Niners fan. I don't know if people know that about me.
Well, your son plays football too, so you're a football mom.
Yeah, I grew up. My parents had season tickets to the
my
Niners,
God, that's so
I grew up
cool.
at Candlestick Park. Is what I like to tell people.
That is very cool.
Yeah. So I am a huge Niners fan.
Wow.
Huge.
Hence the cheese boards with the Go Niners.
Right? Was that like
Because
kind of a
who else
giveaway?
would take the time to cut out Niners with cheese?
I know, right? So I'm like, I'm going to start hitting up their organization
No,
soon,
you should. No, you really should, honestly.
No, I've seen a couple of people do that, different
Yeah,
charcuterie businesses out of state. And
Wow.
like hitting up. So I was like, I'm going to hit up the Niners. Why not?
I think we should send them this episode so that they know about you. That's amazing. Wow. No, I would say definitely I have good memories of being at Candlestick Park as a kid, but I think I went to 2 games in my life. So that's incredible that you were there so much.
So much.
Wow. And you still watch it now.
I do.
Like all the games.
I do, but it's funny. Like I went this last year to a game.
Yeah.
And I mean, I liked it, but
it's not the same feel anymore,
It's not
huh?
the same feel.
Yeah.
You know, it was a family thing, and I don't know. When you're younger, it's just different.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that I'd be opposed to going and bringing my son, or what
Totally.
I mean.
You guys should. Well, he's going to be gone for college. Well, maybe. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. So, at the end of each episode, I like to ask if there's anyone that you would like to give a shout out to that's really helped you in your career.
My mom.
Yeah. That's amazing.
My mom, she has been like my biggest supporter. Honestly, I don't know what I would do without her. Honestly,
that's incredible.
She has like every idea that I have, every time, even like the name, like she was researching things. She's always been like, what can I do to help? And
is she retired?
She is.
She probably loves doing this with you.
Yeah, no, she really, really does. And so that has been really fun, actually.
Wow.
For us,
How cool.
in a sense. Yeah. And then, oh my gosh, Allison, Picnic Potential.
Yes.
She had reached out to me last year.
Wow.
And we just like talked, I want to say for like an hour.
Amazing.
And it was just like, she's like we said in the beginning, she is just so brilliant.
Yeah.
She's so good. She just has the best background and she's been doing this for a while. And whenever I have like, not really like an issue, but maybe like a challenge or like, hey, what do you think about this? Or, she's so good, and she has really, really helped me in my business. And I can't thank her enough, honestly.
That's amazing.
Her and Stephanie, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Stephanie and I had talked too. And so, I want to give a shout out because they have been amazing and continue to be amazing.
I love that there's someone else in, not the exact same industry, but similar industries, right? That you can really bounce all of your ideas off of, and you're on your own. So it's nice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like people have mentors, which I totally are for. And that's why I like this, the Boards by Mo.
Yeah.
That woman who I'm so relatable because of her background and her story. And now she's like huge. She has her own shop.
That's so cool.
She has employees. She quit her job. Like she's just like booming.
Wow.
She's like insane. And she's actually teaching workshops.
Oh, that's
how to
cool.
start your own
Do you
charcuterie
see
business.
yourself ever down the line, like having a shop, being a teacher?
Absolutely.
That's so cool.
Absolutely.
I
would
love
love to
that.
do that.
Yeah.
And speaking of, it's a little bit preliminary at the moment, but I am going to do a workshop soon.
Ooh, I was just thinking too.
Yeah.
I was thinking because I've been bidding on things for my kids' school auction all week, and I get like the little notifications when I've been outbid, and then I hop right on and bid again.
Yeah.
But that would be a cool
I would love
thing
that.
to have like a mom
Totally.
board building party.
Yes, yes.
That would be so. I
Yes.
would probably eat it all before I got it on the board, but I would definitely come.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm gonna do one of those because
Oh
I've
my
had some people
gosh.
ask,
Yeah.
and I just thought, what a great thing to do,
Yeah.
and have people be a part of it, and
Yep.
and you can,
It'd be fun to
how to
pair that
make
with like
it.
a holiday too, like where somebody has to bring something to host, like
Totally.
before Thanksgiving, come the
Yeah.
day before and make your board, know? Like
right.
that's so cool.
And it doesn't have to be elaborate.
Yeah.
It can
No,
just be
not
like
at all.
the main things
Yeah.
that are on it.
Yes.
And then, and I think we're going to have somebody from a winery.
Cool.
So you can have a glass of wine while you're
love
making
this.
your charcuterie
I think
board.
I need to come.
And you get to bring it home with you and eat it. Or you
can you make it on a Wednesday, and then I'll be like, look, my board is even more fabulous
Right?
tonight for date night.
Like, I did this all by myself.
Totally. That is so cool. So where can people find you? Especially on Instagram, I think. 'Cause people, if they don't follow you, they need to see your photos. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Instagram for sure. My website, labellacharcuterie.com. I am on Facebook, but I feel like Facebook is kind of phasing out a little bit.
for business.
So I don't put a lot, I guess I should say that, but I do actually get a lot of people that send me messages because of Petaluma Foodies.
Oh my gosh.
They're amazing.
Petaluma Foodies is amazing. I'm on that page too, and I just like,
I have
they're
to
incredible.
say, like,
Everybody on there is incredible.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they're so supportive.
Yes. Yes.
And I had so many orders and stuff from them.
Wow.
And
Cheers to Petaluma
messages.
Foodies.
I know.
I love our
that's
community.
That's a shout out right there.
Huge.
Petaluma
Yes.
Foodies.
Let's put that as like people that have helped you. It's like a huge group. The town has helped you.
Exactly.
Our whole community.
Petaluma has,
yeah.
so.
Petaloma's awesome.
I
I'm
know.
not going to lie.
But other than that, I'm on TikTok.
Oh, are you? Okay, so I still haven't quite figured out TikTok, and it sounds like maybe it's going away. So I don't know if I need to. But
Oh, is it going away?
I
didn't
mean,
know
you never.
that.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if
knows?
somebody
Yeah.
buys it or something. Then
Yeah.
maybe it can stay. I think that's.
Right.
I haven't been following it all as
Okay.
much, but it's been
Yeah.
banned if it stays under its current ownership. Is my
'cause I'd
understanding.
be really sad about that.
In August, maybe. I don't know. I could be making up dates. Don't quote me on any of this.
'Cause I don't know about you, but
Yeah.
that's like some of my passing time.
Oh, do it. So you could like scroll through TikTok.
Yeah. And there's so many how-to
fascinated.
videos of
Okay,
things
yeah, yeah.
and ideas. And I don't know, like, and it's funny because obviously it's all algorithms.
Yes.
So it's
Yours is
whatever
probably
you're
all
looking
cheese.
at. It is. I'm like, can I get some of the Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce stuff going on here? What's
Like,
going
how do we
on?
change my algorithm?
Yeah, totally. I want to see more sports.
That's so
But
funny.
it's been really,
So you're on TikTok too for
I
Labella.
am.
Okay,
I am.
cool.
And it is Labella Charcuterie. But
All right,
I don't
that's
have
awesome.
the same things that are posted that are on on
Yeah.
Instagram. I like to kind of make it different a little bit. So
I will have
it's
to check
probably
you out.
way more work for me, but
Well, if you enjoy doing it though,
Yeah.
you know, and you reach
Yeah.
a different audience. And then I think Facebook, I still get stuff on Facebook, but I have it, my Instagram like automatically connect to it and the posts don't look the same, right? Because I'm posting in a square that you swipe and then on Facebook. So I got to figure that out. I either need to do something different. I need to stop being lazy and trying to post in one spot. I need to like post them separately. I got to figure it out.
you are not lazy.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That is not lazy.
Thank you.
That's called I'm a mom.
I'm a mom and
millions of children and
clients.
I'm a real estate agent.
Totally.
And
If I can hit one button and
I
have
have
it post
animals.
everywhere. Oh, those animals. They sure do take up a lot of time. They sure are cute though.
yeah, they're worth it, right?
They are so worth it. Oh my gosh. So, well, thank you so much for coming on. I could have had you on here for like 4 more hours.
I know.
So
This was amazing.
Yeah. Thank you.
I appreciate you having me.
I love having you in here. So thank you so much. And thank you for listening.
If you like what you hear, please be sure to like and subscribe, learn more about Sonoma County and all that we have to offer here.